Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, taking you on a chess trip. And this morning I'm just going to share certain opinions regarding the way I analyze my actions. So I'm taking part in the 97th Hastings Chess Congress. My first two games I lost, and before those games I thought that I would I would win or draw. I didn't come here to just play and lose games. And my first game was against a grandmaster. So okay, this video is going to be a bit longer than usual, but listen to it. You might learn one or two things. So play a grandmaster is somebody who is a professional. He's at the top of his game. And so my thoughts were, I need to prepare for this grandmaster, train for him. So I went online, I searched his name, and then I saw the games he played. I looked at some of his games, saw his style of play. He's a very attacking chess player. He's good with combinations and tactics because in his games he was pawned down but still managed to win. And then he plays the Caro-Kann defense. I consider the Caro-Kann to be a weak defense. But it's strong if you know how to play it. But if you meet an opponent who knows how to handle the Caro-Kann, you'll be in soup. So I was relaxed. I didn't, give myself much stress. And so I now decided that what I would do, I would calculate and play the Grandmaster game for move. I was going to match him. I'm not going to take any unnecessary risks or chances. And so we went to the game. I played my e4 and he played c5. That's the Sicilian defense. Now, please, I'm going to analyze his game by God's grace in one of the other chess videos I will share later on after the tournament. But for now, I just want to give this talk. Now, so after I played the c5, that was the Sicilian defense. I played knight f3, which is my usual line, and then he now played what did he play? He played no, e4, c5, knight f3. Knight c6, d4. I can't remember I can't remember the moves now. Okay, that's just by the way. So basically, the Grandmaster had changed his normal style of play against me, because after the game I had a talk with him and he told me that he had researched me and my games and he saw how I play. Can you just imagine? And he told me he's a professional. This is what he does. That's how he earns his living. So he prepares for everybody. He had actually studied my games. And so he knew the style of play that I was going to undertake. And so that's why he played differently from what he used to play. Right. Meanwhile, during the game, I was surprised when the Grandmaster played c5, because I was expecting Caro-Kann with c6 and all those lines. So I now knew that the lines I usually play will give him, my opponent, the type of position he likes with the pawn wedge and all that. And I also knew that that position I play, pattern I play is not the strongest things to play. I mean, I've played so many games with it. I know that we're a very good player. There are so many weaknesses in that position. And I was not ready to do that. So immediately I changed my style of play. I didn't play what I had always played in blitz games and played something different. And it worked because I had a good game. I had a balance. There was no overwhelming advantage that the Grandmaster had. Well, I may be wrong. I'll need to analyze it on the computer. But from what I saw in that game, I matched him move for move throughout the opening. And then at one point, I was so excited. I actually stood up, walked around. I was dreaming of winning the Grandmaster. When he started playing well, later I now said, well, at least I'll get a draw from him. I'm not losing. And I missed a combination in that that game. The Grandmaster showed me, and really I'm good with combinations, so it's something I would have seen. But I don't know, I just overlooked. I didn't The position, it looked odd, peculiar, very funny that I didn't even consider that during the game. I think I must have seen it at a point, but it didn't just click in my mind. So after those sequence of moves, the Grandmaster made another move that overstretched his position. I know I was really happy that, okay, I'll break through his weaknesses, I'll hold the game and all that. But as we will have it, he went on to eventually win the game because he generated enough threats and tactics and later captured one of my pawns. I think I sacked another pawn, so I was playing two pawns down. So by the time I had balance and trying to get back at the game, he now forced simplification of pieces and was willing to even give me a pawn, so that would just be one pawn down instead of two pawns, and then but it would be a losing ending. So I tried a little bit and eventually resigned. So what's the take back on this? Um, if I was better prepared, I would have drawn or won that game. I wouldn't have played those bad moves I made. So what happened to me? I'll say mental resilience. The thought process. Some moves I played, I didn't think them through. I thought about it, but I didn't see some variations or some loopholes in my analysis. Didn't see some moves he made that put me in a bad situation. So, okay, just imagine you're playing well and then just one bad move takes you, you know, you have a good game, maybe winning or drawing, you're okay. Then just with one move, you've now changed to a losing position. So that happened to me in that game. The next game against a lower rated player, I also lost. I was like, what is happening to me? I know at least opening theory to some extent. I know what to do. I know what not to do. I might have forgotten a lot of my opening, so I know where to stay away from. I'm good with tactics, combinations, think, and all that. So what happened? And then I managed. I think I had a draw in the struggle to win the third game, not a draw, sorry, and then lost one more. So I was on 1 point out of from four, which is quite a poor result. And so something occurred to me. There's something I'm not doing right, and then it now clicked. The weakness that I was experiencing was calculating decisively, because you have a position and then you need to know what next to do, what to do that will not be wrong, what to do that is right. And so I started to solve puzzles on lichess. And I discovered that when I started solving puzzles, initially I was missing a lot of puzzles. I was not finding the solutions. And that's evidence in my games I played. Because it gets to a point I'm thinking, and I've not found the solution. But because of time, I don't know, I'm tired, or you just play something that you believe to be okay. And now find out that, oh, you didn't see a move. So what puzzles taught me was that you have to get the puzzle right. You just have to figure it out. You have to reflect on it, think until you find a solution, till you find an answer, till you find something that is playable, that is okay, that if you play this move, you are not going to lose, or you gain a decisive advantage or a small advantage, but it will not be a bad move. And the only way you can do that is by calculating. There's no hard and fast thing about this. You have to calculate. You have to see through all your opponent's moves and all that you want to play. And the resulting position of your analysis should be favorable to you. If it's not favorable to you, then you've not solved the puzzle. Think about it this way. Okay, my time is going. I'll still have to go for the event. Okay, think about this way. You start a game. You are equal. So ideally, you should end the game equal pieces. It should end in a draw. So when with every move you're playing, even if there's no winning move, there also should not be a losing move. At least you should get equality. So in your analysis, you must always, at the minimum, make sure your analysis derives at an equal position. Now, having said all this, so when you're thinking, because I noticed the other games I played weaker opponents, lower rated opponents, but I was at risk at losing at some point. So I had to key into this mental resilience and this my puzzle solving ability, and sit down and ensure I calculate the moves, get it right. Because one mistake, and once my opponent has a winning advantage, even if the opponent is far lower rated than you, he will win you. If you have a losing position, make a mistake, he will win you. So I had no choice but to sit down and calculate. I didn't want to those mistakes where I'll make a move and realize, oh, it's a bad move. I'll rather think and think it through. And so the mistakes I made, I think they started getting minimized. I won 2 games in a row. After that, then on the next day, I had one draw and one win. So I'm kind of happy. So this morning, I'm going with the attitude of resolving puzzles and solutions. If my opponent plays me an unknown opening, something I don't know, carefully consider, analyze, and analyze my path through the sequences, through the game, and try and get to a point where I'm comfortable. At least I did that yesterday, and I got, even though I gave my opponent certain advantages like a protected pass pawn and the bishop, but I knew where I was going. I had open lines of attack and saw how I could block the position and then generate my own counterplay. So those were things that helped me in the game, and I eventually won. So I'm actually looking forward to today's games. I'm not planning to lose any game, even though I do not wish to draw, but it's still better than having a loss. But I've lost so many games that I really can't afford to take another loss if I'm to stand a chance of getting a prize. Even a draw too doesn't put me in a good standing, so I have to win. Okay, so I just wanted to share that thought process and why puzzles is very important. Okay, now another thing I need to tell you, it's not just solving puzzles. There are things you need to know before you get to that puzzle. But yeah, still practice your puzzles. It would help. Let me give you an example. You may know when you have a superior knight to a bishop, when the bishop pairs are superior, when you have isolated pawns, when you have weak pawns, hanging pawns, when certain positions are better, endgame positions are better, attacking positions and all these things. There are so many things you need to know. So when you're solving a puzzle or you're in that position, you're looking out for ways by which you can achieve where you're going. Sometimes, yeah, your puzzles can be direct tactics and combinations, mating attacks, tactics for gaining advantage, tactics for position, all manners of tactics and analysis and situations, right? But remember, you need to study or you need to know all these things. And then if you know those things, then you can calculate to achieve those things you want to go for. All right, so have a blessed day, beautiful day from London. And remember, if you really enjoyed this video, yeah, subscribe, yeah, and like this channel, and be possible, click on notification button so that you can be notified when more videos come. I do intend to do more videos, and I do intend to analyze my game against the Grandmaster. Okay, bye.